if I'm at church and one of the little girls is walking down the aisle looking crazy and all that type of jazz, I'm going to tap my wife, tap my daughter, and we about to LeBron James out of this church. That's all I know. Like, we're not going to run to cause a big scene. Not going to walk too slow because we got to get out of there. We're just going to, at the right speed, LeBron James it out of this church, bro. Hey, what's going on, folks? Another episode of Ryan Reviews Everything, and we are talking about Exorcist, the Believer. And you know what? Let's just get right into it, man. I really enjoyed this film. I'm not mad at it. I was kind of discouraged at first because there are a few other fellow channels out there, review channels that I do watch from time to time. I wasn't hearing the best things about this movie, but sometimes you just got to see things for yourself. As I said, I'm not mad at it. I thought this was a pretty serviceable film. I really feel like it did do justice, for the most part, of the original Exorcist. And let's just get into it. This was directed by David Gordon Green. If you're not familiar with that name, he's responsible for works like Halloween Kills that came out in 2021. Also, Halloween. Though I know there's so many of them, but the Halloween that was also part of this particular franchise. I believe that one was in 2018. But I did enjoy this, man. I really gotta say this. It's been a while that I've been creeped out by kids in a movie. Most of the movies, they don't really creep me out like that. I think the last movie that creeped me out a little something was maybe like The Grudge. The little kid that when he opens his mouth, he sounds like a cat. You know, but those two little girls, the ones who are possessed in this movie, I believe it's Lydia Jewett and Olivia O'Neill. There has to be an award show somewhere that they have to be nominated for. Maybe an MTV Movie Awards or something. Those kids acted they behind off in that role, especially when it came to, when it was possession time. I don't know about y'all, man. There was just I'm all over the place. I should have started this at the beginning. I'm kind of all over the place. There might be some minor spoiler reviews here and there, just as a heads up. So back into it. I don't think this is a spoiler because you see it in the trailer. If I'm at church and one of the little girls is walking down the aisle looking crazy and all that type of jazz, I'm going to tap my wife, tap my daughter, and we about to LeBron James out of this church. That's all I know. Like, we're not going to run to cause a big scene. Not going to walk too slow because we got to get out of there. We're just going to, at the right speed, LeBron James it out of this church, bro. Because this ain't right. I can't just sit there after that commotion of this little girl walking through looking possessed or whatever the case, and then just staying in the pews like, hey, Sister Mary and them, they next. I got to see what Sister Mary and them about to do with the next choir selection. Nah, get your behind up, and it's time to go. Overall, I thought the performance for those two little young ladies were phenomenal. The makeup was on point, and I will say this: the acting overall, for that matter, was definitely, it gave. It really served its purpose. Leslie Odom Jr., definitely a seasoned actor, of course, talented singer, musician himself. Same thing goes with for Nettles. Her first name escapes me at the moment. And even Ann Dowd. Anything Ann Dowd is in, I'm pulling up to, because she always is in something creepy or pretty extreme, from Hereditary to Handmaid's Tales. That one show that was on HBO some years back about kind of like the rapture or the end of the world. So she's always in something intense and creepy. And out of that whole catalog, this was probably her most positive role in a scary movie. So go figure. But overall, this was amazing. And of course, the big news is that they did bring back Ellen Burstyn, who you all know as Chris MacNeil from the first part. Now, this might be where the spoiler comes in. So you can mute it if you need to mute it or skip it. I get it. I understand. There was one part, I'm sorry, I can't help, well, two quick parts I can't help but laugh at. One, there's a part in the movie, for those who've seen it already, where you have Victor Felding, played by Leslie Odom Jr. He is hunting, trying to do all types of research and, track down Chris MacNeil just to let him know what's going on with his daughter, stuff like that. And the part that I thought was funny, like the whole movie was meant to be serious. There was nothing, that was supposed to be funny in this entire movie. But when she was, she kept it real. She was like, hey, I wasn't I wasn't exactly in the room when the exorcism and all that jazz went down. I just need to let you know. I thought that was very honest, and maybe I was just going above and beyond. My mind was wondering. I only found that funny because that's like starting a basketball team and you asking the bench warmer of the Golden State Warriors, hey man, we trying to run a franchise. We need some talent, and hey, you got experience with the championship, right? And then the bench warmer just looks at you like, I ain't seen no playing time, but I saw how Steph got down. I ain't seen no playing time, but I had the best seat in the house when it came to the finals. So, long-winded example, but I thought that was funny. And, the only disappointment for those who are watching, Chris MacNeil, played by Burstyn, she didn't get busy like you think she would. Granted, she's much older for obvious reasons, and she does encounter the demon again. In these these newfound newly possessed little girls, and it was quickly known that hey, time passed you by, Chris. Like this ain't the original, possessed folks that you're used to. We're a little more dangerous now, and I'm gonna leave it at that. They got at her pretty quickly, and I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm sure I said too much already for something I was trying not to reveal too much of. I once again, is it better than the original? Probably not, but most reboots aren't. But it's definitely, to give you like an updated 2023 version. And also at least do it some justice by bringing an original character back. I really felt like this was very serviceable. Really did the job well. The makeup team was fantastic. At one point, they had the girls looking like they had male pattern baldness at some point. Amazing work, man. I highly recommend anyone to go see it. I really was digging it. And hey, man, if you saw it, let me know your comments in the comment section below. And also, while you're here, you might as well subscribe. So, love it or hate it, that's my review. Peace.